Hello and welcome back to Healing, Clearings, and Activations with Amanda and Rada. And today we are back again to address survivor's guilt.
Mhm.
And this is a big topic right now because, well, first of all, I've been feeling that being here in North Carolina with all the floods. And it's just this grief and sadness. Like, I am grateful to be alive, but also I feel this really, really deep sorrow of all those whose lives were lost. And I know that, wherever you are, you have this in different areas of your life, right, Amanda?
Yeah. Um, yeah, exactly. And so I know you and I were we thought we were going in a different direction today, but as we're talking
Mhm.
and talking, we were like, wait a minute. This is actually more important. And
Mhm.
Rod and I always have like, if you listen to our healings and sessions before, we literally have like kind of like our to-do list, like, okay, we want to do this, we want to do that, we want to say this, we want to say that. But honestly, we follow the energy. So we may have a plan, but it could totally be side railed because there's other energies that we are aware of and that we need to pay attention to. So thankfully this came up, and we were working on this amazing epic master class that we're creating, and we were going to do like a little intro to it today. And I was like, I'm not feeling that because I wanted Rada to like really tap into the energy that she was feeling, and I felt like that is what really needed to come out today. And it was like we kept saying like the guilt and the devastation and just everything that is all the emotions that are going on with what is happening on the East Coast, and just the fear of all of that. And so when Rada said, oh my gosh, it's like I'm feeling like survivor's guilt, and I thought, oh my gosh, like that makes so much sense because she's right in the middle of all of that, just destruction, devastation, the grief, the sorrow, I mean, all of that. And it's really, really heavy. So we just had a lunar eclipse last night. I mean, there's just so much energy. The earth is shifting. Um, and old patterns and old templates are falling away. And it's hard. It's hard to um we want to hang on to the old paradigm. So the
Mhm.
paradigm is shifting, and it makes us kind of question, like, okay, what's really going on? So if you find yourself like asking, okay, hold on a second, like what's really going on? Then usually that's your discernment, and that is your inner knowing telling you there's something bigger. There's a bigger picture going on, and
Yeah.
you can feel that. So don't feel crazy, or don't like, oh, or if people make you feel crazy, just, what you know. You know what you
Mhm.
know. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody. People ask me all the time, well, how do you know that? Well, because I know it. Well,
Mhm.
where'd you learn it? Where'd you hear it? I'm like, no, listen, I get information from my guides, my angels, my
Mhm.
ancestors, and I don't have to see it anywhere. I don't have to read it. This is stuff that's why it's called your inner knowing. Okay, so trust that. I want to just say trust that inner knowing. And if you're having survivor's guilt because maybe you're in that area,
Mhm.
um, or not. Maybe you have a family member, or you have friends, or just acquaintances, or coworkers, or whatever in that area, or you're just an empath and you're like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad for all those people. Um, I was like, oh my gosh, like I hadn't heard from Rada for, like several days. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like it dawned on me, like, oh my gosh, she's probably a part of that, huge, you know, catastrophe. And oh my gosh, and I was so worried that, is she going to have food? Is she going to be able to go to the store? Is she going to be able to, are the roads leading up to her place, and the bridges, are they gone now? And how does that look? So all of these things are like, even for Rada, like, she's seeing the devastation of how like the towns around her are gone. There's they're just non-existent anymore. And how are we going to pick that up? How are we going to clean it up? How can we reconstruct that, and how long is it going to take? So all those things, and then like the survival guilt is like, oh my gosh, like I'm alive and well, but what about the people that didn't make it through this? And
Yeah.
so it's that energy and that feeling that is
Hmm.
overwhelming for a lot of people. So if you're feeling like you're off and you're just kind of like blah, like you just feel like I don't have any motivation, it could be that you're just picking up the energy from the collective, and you're picking up that trauma. So give yourself some grace and mercy, okay? It's okay. And when you feel like that, just send out love,
Hmm.
okay? And sit there with your eyes closed and tell yourself, your being, to expand, okay? And because when these kind of things happen, our soul tends to contract. And then that's kind of like when we're in fear, or, we don't really know how to move forward. So if you're able to expand your soul and your being outside of you, and
Hmm.
then keep expanding and keep expanding and keep expanding, over and over. And then you can start being in that space where people can, um, you can start feeling the energies and sending love to those people that need it. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I know I just talked a lot right there, but I just feel like I needed to get all of that
Yeah,
out.
no, it's really great information. I think many people may feel it just watching the news. It's a horrible feeling to see
Yeah.
people in your country or even in other countries going through something. There's a deep sadness in our hearts, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, let's go through and we're going to do a quick clearing today. Okay. Tomorrow we're going to come back live for
Hmm.
people. We're going to post this on our private Facebook group. So if you're a part of that, um, we're gonna go live so you guys can be a part of the conversation. But we have like literally so many things that we can release. So
Hundreds of clearings and healings here.
yeah, we have so many. I mean, honestly, stuff like it just starts coming up and it starts pouring out from everywhere. So the first thing we're going to do, what's coming up, is the emotional pain from grief. Okay, so just releasing those feelings of sorrow and heartache. Okay, so, and I would say heartbreak too. Heartache,
Hmm.
heartbreak. And I'm not saying like a physical heart attack, but like a spiritual one, an emotional
Hmm.
heart attack. Okay. So let's bring all of those energies up, and let's choose to uncreate and destroy it all. Okay. So right or wrong, good and bad, pun and pock. All nine shorts, boys, pose, areas. Oh, wow.
It's
Wow. That
big, it's
like literally
big.
made me tingle in my feet.
Hmm.
And then, of course, my heart is like beating super fast. Ooh, so if you guys are feeling that, just take a deep breath in.
Yeah.
Mm. Sending love and energy to your
Mm.
heart space, right in the middle,
It's almost
allowing you
like
to feel with.
the breath can be much deeper. It's interesting because I noticed for the past week, I feel like I've been breathing really shallow, but I've been like
Yeah,
I consciously breathe deeper.
yeah,
It's like I have to be like, okay, breathe.
right. Well, yeah, because that's that contraction, right? That's
Uh-huh. Yeah.
contracted, and you're in fear, like, how is any of this going to work out? Like, so that's why I said, okay, when you're feeling like that, exactly what Rada just described, when you're feeling like I can't take a deep breath, I want you to breathe in, and then I want you to say expand, expand. And your body and your being knows that you're talking to it. Like, okay, expand more and more and more until you feel like you can breathe again, that it's not so heavy on your chest. Okay. Whew. That was a lot. Um, all right, let's release the fear of judgment. So, just any concern about how other perceives like your survival, like, oh, this person survived it, but this person didn't. How come they survived and they didn't? Or, all of that kind of
Yeah. That's heavy.
all that, yeah, just that ugliness, the perception of all of that. So, ooh, I feel that in my back. Oh my gosh. Hmm. Oh, excuse me, guys. Every time I yawn, I'm releasing. Okay, so
Mhm.
I felt that in my lungs, but in the lower lobes of my lung, but not in the front, but in the back. Like
Mhm.
that was, oh my gosh, it's like almost under my angel wings. That's where I
Mhm.
feel it.
Mhm.
Oh, wow. So okay, that's a lot. Well, that's more grief, right?
Yeah.
So
Me
that
in the
is
throat.
a collective grief.
Yeah.
It's also like past life grief as well.
Mhm.
Okay. Whoa, gosh, that is crazy. Okay, but also grief about the future because I'm feeling it in the back. So that's like past life, feeling on the right, which is future. So, okay, so let's just clear it from past, present, and future. Okay, that feels better to me. So,
Yes.
everywhere we're concerned about how others are perceiving our future, past, and present survival. All right,
Yeah.
and what that means for us and what it means for the collective and what that means for humanity. So everything that is, we're going to actually run who structures and what structures. We're going to run who systems and what systems, and we're going to run the big five energies and everything that brings up, which is a mega ton of shit. We're going to uncreate and destroy at all times of Godzillion. So right or wrong, good or bad, pot and pock, all nice shorts, boys, povas, and beyond. Oh wow, whoo, tingles down my legs. Wow, good. That's good. Okay,
Ooh.
so brings us up to survivor's guilt, the actual survivor's guilt. So
Mhm.
feelings of the guilt for continuing to live when others did not. And I feel like that's what Rada's been feeling like
Mhm.
today. It's been so heavy, not just today. I mean
Mhm.
the last several days. And it's been so heavy on her. And that's why if and she's picking up from everybody else's energy in that area as well. So we want to uncreate and destroy all that times of God's saying. So right or wrong, good and bad, pot or pock, all night shorts, boys, love it, yeah. Oh, and
Ooh.
Rada, can you download us like just with forgiveness for even like for thinking like that, like thinking
Yeah.
like how people are perceiving, and then like the just download us with what it feels like to feel like what it is not to just survive but to thrive in the midst
Mm.
of like the chaos that we're dealing with right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's really important. Thank you, Amanda. I really appreciate that. And I'm so glad that we could bring this to all of you today because, I know I'm not the only one and that so many others that watch the news, your hearts are breaking for so many reasons.
Mhm.
So let's just download what it feels like through creators' perspective and understanding to be able to download a deep forgiveness in our heart, mind, body, and soul, and just really into all of our cells on a really deep cellular level. That what it feels like to forgive ourselves, even for I know it sounds funny, but for surviving.
Yes, yes, I know. It sounds almost like silly saying it, but it's what's coming up.
Hmm. That we know how to live our lives. Um, overcoming this survivor's guilt. We know how to live our lives guilt free and that we can still have compassion and love and still be helpful and generous and you know what I mean, we can still support our communities, but having that guilt is weighing us down. It actually is counterproductive. I can do more for others when I release this guilt, and so can you. So let's just release it everywhere that it is kind of been in our bodies, in our cells, in our cellular memory, even from our past lives. How many times did we survive in many other lifetimes, but others didn't? Think about Lemuria, think about Atlantis, think about all the cataclysms that have ever been, and those that have survived have felt this heavy sadness. So let's just clear all. So yeah, and we can download, actually, you can clear the sadness if you'd like.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'll clear the sadness really quick. So everything that is, we're just using create and destroy it all. So right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pot, all nice choice, boys, club, and beyond. Nice. That was good. I needed that.
Mhm.
We needed that sadness.
Yeah.
I was feeling very, very nauseous, and,
Mm-hmm.
and really burpy. Like I was
Mhm.
like, so I was able just to release that gas and that burp. I mean, it
Mhm.
came up, but I was feeling that, and ooh, okay, thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
feel like that's so important. It's interesting. It actually was helpful because when there was no, electricity or anything, I had no appetite really. So that was actually a good thing because but even, that was because I was feeling so sad about it. But um I want to download to us some good stuff. So let's download what it feels like to know that as survivors we can make a difference. Let's download what it feels like to feel useful, to feel that we have a purpose, that we're here for a purpose and a reason, and that we can do something positive on behalf of those whom we've survived. We can speak on their behalf. We can be advocates for what their families are going through. We can help out. We can be of service. So let's download what it feels like to not just survive, but to thrive in purpose. And then we
Mhm.
know how to, when to, that it's possible to, that we are so worthy and deserving of thriving in divine purpose, and that we can embrace life because we are alive, and so here we are. Let's just download what it feels like to be grateful, how to be grateful for being alive despite the tragedy, despite the loss of life around us, and that we're going to download permission to really embrace life and fully experience life joyfully. And that could just mean being more present in the moment, being grateful for the people that are in our lives right now, like you, Amanda. I'm so grateful for you. It's just such a wonderful feeling to have friendships that matter. It kind of, you can even feel more gratitude than before because now we can appreciate even deeper. So let's just download what it feels like to really be in gratitude and appreciate the good we have right now, and what it feels like to live our life after such trauma. We're going to download through creator's perspective and understanding, and our understanding is the same, that it's okay to thrive after experiencing trauma, that we can get up again, and we can dust off, and we can move forward and help out in the ways that we can. We can't control everything, but in the ways that we can, let's make a difference. Let's make a difference. And that's the beauty of being alive, is we get another chance. And so we also want to really download a deep forgiveness of surviving when others could not, and allowing this peace to settle within.
Yes, thank you.
You want me to continue to download?
Oh, well, that was a huge download. I was just gonna say to our listeners that if when Rada's downloading, you may yawn, you may feel tingling in your body, you might get hot, you might get cold. Sometimes it can give you shivers. It just means that the energy is shifting and moving and it's downloading to you. So that is,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, oh my gosh, you should see my arms. I have like they're completely full of goosebumps. Goosebumps. Let's see. Let's see what else is coming up because I still feel like that really nauseous feeling, which
Mm-hmm.
is the collective. Are you feeling that too? Like,
Yeah, it
oh,
feels like a sickening pit in
yes.
the stomach. Like you just wanna vomit, but
Mhm.
no,
Mhm.
it's just terrible. It's
Mhm.
like the feeling of all those emotions.
Oh, it just makes me want to like vomit, honestly.
Hmm.
I'm not I'm not going to, but it just feels like that. I keep burping, so it's this is major work that we're doing, major shifting. So, um what I'm being guided to right now is pulling an oracle card
Yeah.
for for
Yeah,
everybody. So let me just see which one wants to come out. So
beautiful. We could all
oh
use inspiration.
yeah, so these are the oh, shoot. Somebody's calling me off of like, I don't know if it's Facebook Messenger, but I can't see it. Hold on. Oh shoot. Our friend calling me. Oh shoot, did it not go? Oh shoot.
Okay, so while you're doing that, I'm just gonna do one more
Oh
download.
yes, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna shuffle the
Mhm.
cards.
I'm
So
going to download what it feels like for a survivor to have a purpose. So creator, it is commanded to download into those that have survived whatever situation it may be. It could be just the loss of a loved one that you love so much. It could be any kind of a loss in your life. So let's download the awareness of your own, as a survivor, your own unique and powerful purpose, how you can make a difference with where you are, with what you know, with being able to maybe even tell a story so that could help another. Also, let's download what it feels like to honor honor the ones that have passed and download what it feels like to really feel love and honoring those that have passed by, by living our life and continuing on living in love and gratitude and living joyfully, because it's a dishonor as a survivor to, yes, we feel the grief, yes, we feel the sadness, yes, we feel all these emotions, but I also think it's also important to honor those that have passed by also living joyfully, because we have a life. So we continue on. And one day when we pass, we want others to live joyfully, right? So
mhm.
yeah, so then one last thing and then we're gonna get to the tarot. So also want to download the courage to move forward, because we need to know what it feels like to move forward courageously. So, creator, download to us all listening what it feels like to live our lives with the courage to move forward, that we know how to, when to, that it's possible to, that we're worthy and deserving of picking up our pieces and moving forward in the face of tragedy. Are you ready over there?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Yes. I was just waiting for everything to be downloaded. I
Oh
was like, okay.
yeah, I mean, I could go on and on. I mean, I would, the last thing I would say is downloading what it feels like to embrace each moment without guilt, that we know how to enter that
Mhm.
it's possible to, and that we're worthy and deserving of that now. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Okay, so the card that came out was the Queen of Gabriel. So passionate, charming, brilliant, independent. And she's this beautiful queen sitting on her throne with her staff. She has a cat in front of her. Just really beautiful, really beautiful. And it says you can do anything right now. Go
Mm,
after what you want. The ability to attract helpful people. And this is what we're needing. We're needing helpful
mm,
people because there's been so many people. I've seen so many videos where they've said, I've been blocked. They won't let me help.
yep.
There's this guy that has a helicopter and they actually said, if you go, we're gonna arrest you. Like the
Mm,
police are saying that. And it's like, oh my God. And he's like, I just want to help my community. I want to help my
yeah.
neighbors. I want to bring
Yeah.
them into safety. So oh goodness. Let's just uncreate and destroy all of that times a godzillion, where people want to help and they're being stopped and blocked. So everything that
Mhm.
is, we're going to choose to uncreate and destroy it all, right, around, good and bad, pot and pock, all nature, boys, purpose, and beyond. Okay, so this is the situation. This is, you can do anything right now. You may not fully grasp how wonderful you are, but those around you definitely see it. It's time to believe in yourself. Your kind Oh, yeah, your kind eagerness to help others in their lives will attract people willing to do the same for you. People. This is a very charming person whom everyone likes, someone who is able to balance all aspect of his or her life with ease and grace, passionate, independent. friendly, beautiful, popular, busy, confident, brilliant, unwavering. I feel
Mm,
like we are
yeah,
unwavering. We have to have
yes,
that unwavering spirit,
yes,
not to fall into the traps of being deceived.
yes. This is very important. Very important, you guys. We have to have discernment at this time.
Yes. And so you may not maybe understand what this card means like right at this moment, but let the energies of that reading settle in. Let it just breathe it in and kind of think, okay, so I mean, we are that person. You know, we are wonderful, we're amazing, and we need to remember that we are here to help each other. It's not me against you, it's us against
Mm-hmm.
them, right?
Aho, aho. Yes, indeed. We are
Ooh.
better together. And
Yes,
that was an illusion that's been put out for so long, that we're the divide, but we are so much better together. We the humans, the people just walking around every day, like, we really need each other. Like, in these times you realize how much you do.
you do.
And we must be vigilant and not believe all the lies and the separation um narratives going on. We have to come together and understand we are better together. That is the truth.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you for that contribution, and we thank you for listening. Please stay tuned tomorrow when we do uh episode 2 of this, part 2 of this, because it's going to be, we literally just scratched the surface
Yeah.
of it today. Like, we honestly just scratched the surface. I mean, we're going to go live tomorrow. If we don't get through everything tomorrow, then we'll go live again until we get through all of this, and until we feel like whole again, because I feel like some of our soul aspects have been taken from us, and so we'll be calling back those soul aspects that have been dispersed. Okay, thanks
Yes.
so much for being here today, and we
Thank
cannot wait
you. We
to
love
see you.
you.
We love you. Thank you.
Till next time. We'll see you tomorrow. What time are we doing that?
Oh, good question. I'm thinking it might be right around this time, maybe 3. I'm not sure. It just depends on how my work schedule goes. So maybe
Okay.
3 Pacific Standard Time, 6 Eastern Standard Time, maybe.
Okay, you got it. We'll be posting in the
Okay.
group as well. Thank you so much for joining today, you guys. Much love. Bye for now.